All right, welcome back to the Football Central Pod. I'm Alex, obviously. This is my co-host for today. Do you want to introduce yourself again?
What's up? I'm Jake, now in Utah, Real Salt Lake fan to the core now.
Fire. And Chelsea fan, of course. So JJ's not here today. I'm not going to explain what's going on because I don't even know what's going on right now. But we will cross that bridge when we come to it. That being said, let's get on with it. The first thing we want to discuss is the sackings. Enzo Maresca was sacked on New Year's Day, and Amorim was just sacked today. I just woke up to the news. I thought it was a joke at first, but it is real. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I'm surprised. It's kind of on both of them. I mean, less on Enzo Maresca because I'm a Chelsea fan, so I'm more in tune with the whole thing. But I thought that United was gonna back Amorim more than that. And I mean, they're top six, which is it's an improvement from where they've been. So that's surprising. I mean, they're not winning great games, but I don't know how it's gonna help them. I don't know what their vision is.
Yeah. Obviously, yeah, I saw Maresca coming more because they were kind of building up to it, and then there was all that stuff with City and stuff, so I wasn't as surprised. But I've seen a lot of things. I think people were saying that the Amorim sacking was less because of play, and it was more because he spoke back against the board and I think it was a similar thing as Chelsea. Like they were trying to make more decisions, and he was like, "I'm the manager, and I'm gonna do what I say." Because yeah, I really don't think it's a performance issue. Because like if it was, I think they probably would have sacked him after Grimsby or after they were like what 15th last year. So
Yeah, what was the quote that he said that Sir Alex will call him or something? He'll just tell him to F off.
I don't know, bro.
I'm pretty sure I saw something about him saying that because he just wanted to be focused on the team.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's pretty shocking, and it seemed like they were talking about all the stuff with he's similar to Arteta and they want to give him a bunch of time and they like what Arteta's done in his project, but then they just end up sacking him. I think that's really weird, but I don't know. What do you think they should do in terms of who they should go out and get?
Yeah. I think they're United and so they're supposed to be a good team. They're historically a good team. So if I was them, I'd go get one of the proven managers who's good. I get Xavi Hernandez, because he's still out there. As a Chelsea fan, I wanted Cesc Fabregas. Obviously, it's never gonna happen for us, but that's more of a project manager, so I don't know if they'll go for him. But they could probably lure Tuchel away from England. They could get Xavi. Zidane's still not on a team, so they could get him. I don't think they will because it sounds like their ownership doesn't like spending money either.
Yeah.
So that's the great question: is who they're gonna get? Because I mean, they don't have a great squad either. Sesko's been pretty bad. Like Bruno Fernandes is the only I'd say world class player that they have. So I don't know who they're gonna get, but if I was them, I'd get Xavi.
Yeah, I agree with that. I saw something that was talking about how they've had all these great managers that have all these different philosophies, but no matter how good of a manager it is, you have to get a manager that fits Manchester United. Do you know what I mean? Like Amorim, his style didn't fit them, um, even though he did really well at Sporting and stuff. So, and I think they said they're gonna wait until after the season to assign a new manager. So I
Oh,
think that's
really?
probably good for them in the long term. But yeah, I don't know. I think Javi could be a really good signing, or a really good appointing, I guess, at manager.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think they just need to get one that fits them. What do you think about Chelsea? Who do you think they should get? I know you said Cesc. Is there anyone else?
Well, that's what I wanted was Cesc. It's already a done deal. Rosnier, whatever his name is,
Oh,
how you pronounce
it's
it. He's already
official.
in London. He's taken over for Fulham. He's supposed to take over training tomorrow.
I did not know
So
that.
yeah, it's one of those things that like I don't think they've made it official because they wanted to. I'm so pissed at the whole situation. I'm gonna be so real because they took him from Strasbourg and they wanted to find his replacement for Strasbourg before they like officially announced it because like all the French people hate them, like hate Blueco for this, and
Mm-hmm.
Strasbourg fans are so mad at it, which is fair. Like
Yeah.
Chelsea lose the manager, so we're just gonna yoink theirs. Like that's some bull crap. But
And
yeah,
take all
he's
their
already coming
players
in,
too.
and they said he's not gonna change the system at all. He's gonna run the same system. Um, I'm excited on the terms that he's really good with youth because I mean Strasbourg is even younger than Chelsea is because they're the Chelsea B team. And they were competitive. They got European football last year. They beat Crystal Palace, which that's I mean not crazy, but beating Premier League team for that club is good.
Yeah.
So he's good at getting young talent to perform. So I'm hoping that he can motivate Chelsea because they looked so uninspired for a while.
Yeah. I think it's interesting not switching the formation. I kind of feel like it would have been cool to start Andre Santos in that like uh diamond in midfield. I think that would have been kind of cool, but then you get rid of the wingers. I actually, honestly, I don't know how you should do that. I know I was talking about this with another Chelsea fan already, but we were talking about like how you would do that because usually when you have the midfield diamond, then you have the two up top. So you'd have to have Estevao become a right striker, which isn't his role. But then it is just hard to find a balance because it would be nice to have Estevao still be a winger, but then not have a left winger if that makes sense. But obviously you can't do that. So yeah,
Yeah,
I don't completely mind it, but I think it would have been kind of cool for a switch. But I think he's a good manager. I think he's gonna do well with Chelsea. So
yeah,
it's good for the
that's one of
club.
the things that I'm concerned about too. Because like I think he'll play Santos more just because Santos was so key
Yeah,
for him last year.
yeah,
And like if he does do the two striker system up top, then I have no idea what we're gonna do because we've spent so much money on wingers like Garnacho coming in and getting both them being buns, and then Quenda's coming in next year, and if he doesn't have a spot to play, like that's gonna suck. And so I hope that he keeps wingers because we've just spent so much money on wingers, so we can't like go away from it. But
yeah.
whatever makes
I'm
us
sure he
convince.
will, but I don't know. I just even as a neutral, it genuinely pissed me off watching Neto against City. Like it was just unbearable to watch. Um,
He's
and
something,
not
bro.
even as a neutral. Like I've watched Chelsea games where I hate watching you guys because obviously I don't like Chelsea, and it's still like and it still annoys me just watching him play. And same with
He's
Garnacho
something.
too. I mean, I don't think he's as bad as Neto, but like he pretty much does the same thing as he just and Neto ends attacks by either slowing it down way too much or just dribbling into the other person, and Garnacho just like sends it 50 feet over the goal. So
Yeah, Neto. He's on the goal sheet and he's getting assists and he's got a good ball, but like he just strikes me as like a wing back because he already plays so defensively and all he's got is like pace. And that's the like he can't beat somebody on skill move. He just is like little step over and then he goes.
yeah,
And that's just like that's typical wing back. Like you can't skill move, you can't take on a player.
yeah.
He'll
Well,
still start over Esta now.
mhm. Yeah. Um, that feel like we covered that pretty well. So it
Yeah.
is time to move on to mid-season awards. We have a lot of categories here. We have signing of the season, player of the season, young player of the season, which is just under 23, same as Premier League the award. Manager of the season, flop of the season, goal of the season, most surprising club. I actually have two, and then I have two for this next one, which is most disappointing club. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to?
Yeah, I can go first. This one's for player of the season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I went Gabriel for my play of the season so far. Arsenal looked different when he's playing defense. They just look confident, and now he's getting on the score sheets, and their corners are lethal. Like I hate Arsenal with all my heart. but Gabrielle is so good, and you have to rate Gabrielle because without them, they're probably not as successful. Like he's a core individual for the Arteta ball,
Yeah.
and he's been elite this year.
Mhm.
So it's between like him and Holland for me because Holland's Holland, but
Mhm.
Gabrielle is just as good.
Yeah, I went with Rice. I mean, I could have gone with Gabrielle because nah. Why are you laughing, bro? Nah, I could have gone with Gabrielle. I felt like I was gonna go with the Arsenal player just because we're in first, and usually like the at the end of the season you just pick the best player from the winning side. So that's kind of what my thought process was here. And also, I'm an Arsenal fan. You know, I'm not gonna pick Holland, even though he's been amazing. But I went with Rice because Gabriel's been injured a little bit, and I felt like because Rice has been available more. But I think in terms of like game to game impact, Gabriel probably has been our best player. Um, he's only made like two mistakes this season, which are pretty rare. He doesn't make that kind of mistake often. Obviously, two is a lot more than um, is more than I thought would happen. But with the Newcastle thing with Botamata, and then this weekend or this week or whatever. Um, yeah, it was this weekend. But he always gets a goal back whenever he makes a mistake, and he's so good defensively. Him and Saliba have just been so good. I mean, everybody talked about how good Hincapié and Mosquera were as bench options, but we saw that with them, they're obviously there is still a really big gap between them and Gabriel and Saliba, even though they are really quality. So um, I just went with Rice because just every single game he just controls the midfield, plays super well. He doesn't get carded a lot. He's not a shin kicker like certain Chelsea CDM.
Bro,
He
off topic, Caicedo has been so buns since that
yeah
red card. So buns.
yeah. Um, he's still really good though. I mean, the same that's kind of the thing with Caicedo and Rice. Like overall, obviously Caicedo hasn't been playing very well, but both of them just kind of control everything. And Rice, especially with that attacking threat, is so awesome. He just got a brace against Bournemouth, and then set pieces, free kicks and corners. He's just super dangerous. So love that. And yeah,
He's not Reece James though.
signing of the season next.
I went for Igor Thiago for Brentford because he's been came in from Club Brugge, has been elite, has been putting on the score sheet. I think he's second in goals behind Holland, which is good for like Brentford, who's notoriously a mid-table club, and he just finds a way to score. Had a hat trick this weekend, um, and I feel like the key for clubs like that are like smaller, probably don't have as good as like midfields as like the top clubs because midfields separate a lot of the top clubs in my
Yeah, that's
opinion.
that's very true. Yeah.
And but like all the smaller teams have like these crazy strikers that will just like put a banger in the net at least like once a week, and that's what keeps them in games. And I feel like Igor Thiago's been a really good example of that, and he's been, I mean, Brentford's been on a roll recently, but he's been a focal point for them.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great pick. I will get to Brentford later, but I put Granit Xhaka. He has been, I mean, just insane this year for Sunderland, and I mean, I don't think he'll win Player this season, but I think he'll probably be a finalist with how good he's been playing, and definitely if it was a mid-season award, he would definitely be a finalist. He has been just so good. Um, I watched him in the City game. He was very good. City Sunderland, and yeah, I mean just every game he plays in, he's just I honestly didn't expect this. I thought he would be really good. I thought he was a great signing. I thought he'd be impactful, but I did not expect him to be at this level. But I'm super happy for him. Yeah, and next one is young player of the season.
Young player of the season. I have Cherky. That was my pick, Ryan Cherky. He's been really good. Took over De Bruyne's mantle, and is feeding Holland. He's just consistently good. Looks composed. Looks dangerous whenever he has the ball. He was good against Chelsea. Like him and Holland didn't really do much against Chelsea because we kind of parked the bus. But every time Turkey got the ball, I was nervous, especially when he was on the right and Malo Gusto came to defend him because I swear Malo Gusto gets cooked at least once a game. Um, and so I was fearful that was going to happen, but he tries those killer balls and he's been good. He's been good this year.
Yeah, I agree. I have him as well. I did not think he was great against Chelsea, but I also agree. Like every time I saw him, I know he had that one where Bernardo Silva made the run and he didn't play a good ball, but he had a great run to get there. Um, so he's always super dangerous, super scary when he's on the ball. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he is either the most chances created or big chances created, despite obviously not
I
playing
think
a
it's the
ton.
chances.
Yeah, um, he's he's just been so good. Obviously, playmaking and passing is just insane, but he's also a goal threat. So yeah, he's so good.
Yeah, good coming from League One. I don't know how Chelsea didn't sign him because apparently we signed every League One player besides him or League One, but he's been good. Definitely has been a good signing for them. Okay.
So I'll go first. Like I said, manager of the season. I said Labrie at Sunderland because I just think what he's done there is incredible. Um, like they had a lot of signings. Um, I didn't predict them to get relegated. I thought they'd get like 16th. I saw a good season coming from them. I did not expect it to be this good. Um, yeah, just overall, just very impressive.
Yeah, they've been good. I wonder how much he played into like who they signed
Yeah,
because they brought
I'm
in a
curious
lot
about
of
that.
players.
Hmm.
But he's been good. They were top three for a while. They're still fighting for a European spot. So I mean, that's obviously good for any newly promoted side, but they've been exceptional. For my manager season, I went Unai. I thought
Yeah,
that he's been
that's
pretty good. Our Villa's been beating a lot of teams that shouldn't beat. I mean, they beat Arsenal. They put the end of the narratives there. Um, they beat Chelsea, like majorly out coached Chelsea. It wasn't even close. We got out coached, and he's constantly out coaching people, and I think that's what sets him apart. I mean, sometimes he has his lapses, and he's very susceptible to certain things, but he keeps the lads engaged, and he's. I mean, Morgan Rogers looked great this year for him, and he's getting the best out of him. And if Ollie Watkins can get back into form, then I mean they're a good team.
Yeah, I feel like the second half, like every single time, he's so good in the second half, and
Mm-hmm.
great at. I think that's a really important thing for managers is just their halftime adjustments and how they change going into the second half. Next one, flop of the season. I was super back and forth on this. I'm gonna go with Alexander Isak. I was really leaning Verts, but I have some reasons for this. Verts obviously had a very slow start, and with how much they paid for him, you never want that. If you're a Liverpool fan, obviously everybody else loved it, but um, I just went with Isak because Verts, even though it was super expensive, blah blah blah, blah, as much as I don't like to admit it, it does take time to adjust to the Prem. And it seems like after a while, he is kind of starting to get adjusted. He did have a goal this weekend against Fulham. Shouldn't have been a goal.
Offsides,
He
by the
was,
way.
he was, yeah,
Yeah.
he was 100% offsides. I don't know. I mean, even he, I think, said that he was offsides. But regardless, he has been playing a lot better. Um, I just have to say Isak because Uh, I mean, they already had Ekatike, so if you're gonna bring him in, I don't even know why you bring in both of them. Then on top of that, Ekatike has been playing better than him, so he's now getting benched. And the main reason I had him over Verts was just because, well, obviously he was more expensive, but he also just he was supposed to be like good instantly. Like he is a prem proven player. Verts has that like excuse because he played in Germany. It takes a while to get adjusted. It's a completely different game. Isak knows what it's like to play. He already played at a top club too. Newcastle is like them and Villa are kind of those like 7 and 8 in the big six. Um, they're right up there with the top clubs. So it's not like he was at like a relegation club or something. So yeah, I think just super disappointing from him, which obviously I love to see that, but super disappointing.
Yeah, that's valid. I went for Verts instead of Isak, and I think I gave the edge to Verts just because he's been hurt, and then
That's
he
true,
like
yeah.
started getting healthy, and now he's hurt again. I think he's gonna be out for at least a month, and so like I can understand it being difficult to find form in a new team, like when you're injured and fighting with that. And they both had a ton of expectations, and that's because like Liverpool just won the league. The Liverpool fans were hyping them up so much, and Wirtz was supposed to be like the final piece for their like quadruple, and he just like he hasn't looked good. I think he'll figure it out because he looks like he's just lacking confidence. Like he's in the right spots, and he just I feel like hesitates too much. It's the same thing with like what Cole Palmer's doing right now. Cole Palmer is just not quite there from not playing for so long. So I feel like he'll be fine. And I don't get why they signed Ekatike and then brought in Isak. That's so much money. And now, like, especially if they bring in somebody else, I don't. They're just throwing stuff at the wall at this point, especially if because Salah might leave. Well, it probably will leave this summer, but if he leaves this January, just an interesting spot that they're in.
Yeah, I agree. Goal of this season so far. I went with Harrison Reed versus Liverpool. Just happened yesterday, but it
What a
was
banger.
yeah, it was incredible. We were talking about this before. I don't know if he 100% meant it. I'm sure it was a shot, but I don't know if he meant to do that. Regardless, insane goal. Um, and it was super late in the game as well. It was like I believe it was the 6th minute of added time.
Yeah, I think 90 plus 7.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah. So just incredible. Um, gets them a point, and yeah.
Yeah, what a banger that is to have the little like whip in and goes back out, and tucks in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
That's like that's what you dream of, especially since he hadn't scored in a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to pick something other than that just because of like it just happened and it is a fantastic strike. The only other one, like there's been a lot of goals. I put Gahey down just as my not
Yeah, that
Harrison
was a
Reed goal.
banger. Yeah.
Yeah, because it came from Gahey. You don't expect a curler into the top right from your center back from like probably like 20 something out. So
Mm-hmm.
that was a banger. But holy crap, Harrison Reed, especially to break Liverpool's heart, that makes me so happy inside.
Yeah, same. Yeah. Final ones. You can go first on this one, and then I'll go first on the last one. This one is most surprising club.
Yeah, so I actually put down two as well. I put down Sunderland and I put down Aston Villa. Like we talked about earlier with Sunderland, they newly promoted side and they've been competitive. They beat Chelsea. They've played good against every Big Six team. Like there's not been a team that's dominated. They've had some fluky games, but
Yeah,
I mean,
they lost like
inconsistency is
3-0 to City in the first time, but like especially I agree, especially at home they're really
yeah, they've looked good. And then Villa, I didn't expect Villa to be in the top three and as clear as they are because I think they're like 10 or 13 points clear of Chelsea now,
good. Yeah.
and like it's looking like barring something crazy, they'll get UCL football again, which is good for them. And it's a good jump for them. They've been super consistent. I didn't expect them to be this good. I thought that they would drop off.
Yeah, I'm curious how they're doing in Europa League. I haven't really checked on them. I haven't checked on Forest. I haven't checked on Palace. I know Palace are kind of struggling in the Conference League, but
Yeah,
regardless, or
Conference League's a hard trophy to win.
yeah, um, um, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, yeah. So most surprising club. So I also had two. I did not have Aston Villa just because I'm doing this more on like my projections at the start of the season. I had them
Yeah,
getting fifth. A lot of people said that was too high. I really like them, so I'm not as surprised, but obviously still exceeding my expectations by a good margin. But the other one I had besides Sunderland is Brentford. I'll just quickly go over Sunderland. Just their home form is so impressive to me. They have yet to lose at home. They drew us at home. They drew City at home. They just so many quality performances. I believe the derby against Newcastle was also at home, which they got a win in. So just super impressive. The other one I had was Brentford, which I had them getting relegated personally. Igor Thiago has been amazing, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe they are they're seventh in the table.
Didn't realize it was that
Which
high.
yeah,
Damn.
I feel like it's kind of unexpected. You know what I mean? I feel like everybody they kind of feel like they're in like 14th or something, but just consistent performances. They're getting a lot of 2-1 wins. Thiago's been amazing, and um, yeah, super impressive. And
God.
then the last one we have on the midseason awards, most disappointing club. I again have two. I don't know if you have two, but
I also have two.
yeah. So the first one I have is Liverpool. They're in fourth. Obviously, they everybody was saying they were going to win the league, even maybe win like league and Champions League. Just clear favorites, and obviously it has not gone as well as they would like. Slot. I mean, it's been so bad. Slot is has had uh sack rumors for quite a while now. Just really not what they were expecting at all. And then, and I do want to mention, I've already pointed this out before, but I said that. I mean, I didn't think it'd be this bad, but I said that I don't know if I trust Arne Slot completely because last year wasn't really a title race because nobody was really near them. Like they just had a super
Mm-hmm.
hot season. They had amazing performances from players, and everybody was saying Arne Slot's so good. And I was just like, I feel like that was more of the players just really going crazy. I don't know how he'll do when he's actually in a real title race, and I feel like it has obviously not been good. The other one I'll talk about is Tottenham, just different reasons. I felt like I kind of had to do both of them. Liverpool were more of a favorite that's lower than expected by a couple spots versus Tottenham are, a lot of people had them getting fifth or sixth, kind of finishing around where United are right now. And they are, I believe, 13th. Um, so super disappointing for them. And Frank has not been a good manager. A lot of Spurs fans want him out, and just players haven't been performing as well. So yeah,
Yeah, that's a valid take. Both of those teams. I mean, Tottenham's Tottenham. I kind of expect it from them at this point,
yeah,
but it was interesting to see how like wishy-washy Liverpool's been and inconsistent. And I do think Slot's a good manager, but I think he got overrated after winning the title. Because I agree with you. I think it was more like he has a good system and he's a good manager, but his players were playing fantastically, and they had so
yeah,
many late minute winners at the right times, and it just felt like everything fell in the right way for
yeah.
them
I
to just
agree.
get so far ahead, and nobody could catch them. Which, I mean, credit to them, but like obviously it's slumping them now, so we'll see how they can work out of it. Um, my first team that I chose was Palace because I mean they won the FA Cup, they beat City in the Community Cup. They started out the season good. You know, they've got good defense. They're kind of drawing a lot of teams, but they were playing good. And they were competing. You know, and I thought that maybe they could do it without Eze. Um, and then as European football comes in and they like play the more games, they've just slowly fallen off. And I think they're below Tottenham. I think they're 14th now. And that's just not where you want to be. And it's hard to see like anything bright because Gahey probably will leave in January. And then like they could low-key be on relegation watch if they keep spiraling how they've been spiraling because they're dropping too many games to teams that they should be if they want to be like that team. And it's unfortunate because you see it happen with clubs that go to European football for the first time in a while like that, and they just can't handle the workload. So that was my first team, and then my second team was Chelsea. Um, Going into the season, they were hot. They looked good. Won the Club World Cup, even though if you want to call it a preseason trophy, and the teams weren't trying, sure you can call it whatever you want. They still won. They beat PSG. They were the only team to beat PSG that year.
Yeah.
So they come in hot. They have all these signings that are supposed to be good. Jean Pedro looks amazing in the Club World Cup. And then they play good against good teams. They lose some teams. They destroy Barcelona. They tie Arsenal with 10 men. And then they just fall off a cliff. And, like, maybe it's because I'm a fan and I expected more out of them. Because, like, our whole thing is that project. We buy young players with high potential and then see them work out. And if we've already won 2 trophies, it's supposed to keep going up. And then we hit, like, we're even lower than we were last year at this point in the season. And it's not looking any better. And it's just disappointing. Like, it's supposed to be going in a positive direction. Esteval is the only positive player we brought in, and like, I don't think that's because they did a great job scouting him or anything. Like, I'm glad that they got him before anybody else, but he's amazing. But other than that, like, Garnacho's dog shit. Gittins is dog shit. Like, João Pedro is not bad, but he's not a 9. We need a 9, and Delap's been dog shit. And it's just disappointing. Like, that's the most fulfilling word I've ever said about it. Like, it's so disappointing how they're playing.
My disappointment is immeasurable.
And how they look with Maresca gone now.
Mm-hmm.
They should be better.
I agree, yeah. But it does speak to the quality that they're still fifth. I will say, though, I'm really happy. I kind of nailed both of those. I had Chelsea getting fifth, which I had Newcastle fourth, so obviously didn't nail that one. My thing about Chelsea was just I felt like they'd be really inconsistent. They'd have some defensive stuff, which I feel like has kind of come to fruition. And same with Palace. I said that I thought they would have some issues because of European tax and all that stuff, and so I had them finishing 12th, um, which I feel like they'll probably be above that, but still looks pretty solid. But yeah, that wraps up our midseason awards, and it is now time for the market value prediction game. So I will explain the rules. If you get within 5 million of their market value, so we have 3 players each. We've done this before, but if you get within 5 million, you get 1 point after your 2 guesses. If you get within 5 million on the first guess or at any point after your first guess, you get the exact number, you get 2 points. And if you get the exact number on your first guess, you get 3 points. Do you want to go first, or I could go first?
Uh, I'll say my player first, so you can go first, I guess. My first player that I have is Rico Lewis from City.
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, so he's young.
He's got minutes,
I feel like
the
I feel
quality he
like
plays.
20 million was before, and I feel like he's probably gotten an upgrade since then. I'll say like higher or lower than 32.
Higher or lower than 32? He's higher.
Okay. The way you said that makes me feel like it's a good amount higher. Kind of scares me. I'll say like 40. Higher or lower than 40.
Is that your guess?
No, just higher or lower than 40.
He's lower than 40.
Okay. 35 then? That's my guess, 35.
Yeah, 35.
Perfect. Okay. So that is 2 points. My first player is Reece James. I don't know. You might know this already because you're a Chelsea fan, but I usually throw one out there.
Oh, I've literally seen stuff about his transfer value. I just didn't pay attention because it was 40 million for a while, and it's probably still around that same area. Because I don't think, I mean, I think he's class. I think he's the best right back in the world, in my opinion. But what is that? I'll say higher or lower than 45 million.
Higher. I feel like
Higher or
this
lower than 60 million.
lower. I feel like this would be tricky because like he's had the injuries and he's still like middle. He's kind of in his prime, but very
Yeah,
quality.
that's what That's what I was thinking, because he was super low once his injuries. And his FIFA rating is only like an 81 or something. They need to fix that.
Yeah.
Shoot. I'll guess 55.
It was 50, so you do get a point there.
I'll take a point. That was a good one. Damn.
All right, next one for me.
Okay, I picked Michael Keown from Brentford.
I have no clue, bro. What does he play?
Another right back. He's the right back. Another right back. We've gone 3 right backs.
Okay. I'll say like higher or lower than like 30 million.
He's lower than 30.
Okay, higher or lower than 17 million.
He's higher than 17.
Okay. I'll say like 24.
That's close. He's 27. 27 mil.
Okay. We'll take that. Okay, my second one. Another fun one that's kind of hard, you don't know where exactly it's gonna be. Morgan Rogers.
Ooh, that's a close one. I feel like he's at that 80 million range. Or right around there. Higher or lower than 80 million.
Lower.
Okay. Dang, I'm surprised they don't have him higher than that.
My first thought was like, or at least not right now, but like I feel like before they had him at like 45.
Yeah,
It's not
but
that anymore, obviously, but they did have him
I
at
feel
40.
like if he does sell, which he probably will, I feel like it's gonna be in like the 90 millions is my guess, is what he actually goes for.
Yeah.
Um, Higher or lower than 65.
Higher.
I'll say 70.
Yeah. It is 70. So we are tied at 3 now.
Going to the last
Interesting
round.
going into the last one.
All right, my final player is Max Dowman.
Gosh, what? What? I feel like it's probably pretty low just because he's so young and he hasn't had many appearances. So I'd guess it's probably in the teens, maybe, or it could be like, I'll say like higher, lower than like 17.
Higher.
What? Okay, that's ridiculous, bro. Higher, lower than like 25.
He's lower than 25.
Okay. It could be 20, man, but I feel like it's probably one of those random numbers. I'll just go 20.
Yeah, it was 20.
Yes, okay, we take those.
I think they updated him like a couple days ago.
Yeah, surely, because, I mean, that would be kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
So your one is Nick Voltamata.
Ooh, what was he bought for? Like 65 million?
I feel like he was bought for more. I could check what he was bought for. What was he bought for? He
Ooh,
was
that's
bought for 75 million.
75. Oh, that's more than I
With
thought.
a market value of 30 at the time. 30 million.
Yeah, but it would have had to jump, so he's probably at, I want to say 60 million now. Or maybe, so if I get it, okay, so if I just guess it and I get it, I win, right?
Yeah, you went.
I'm gonna go for it all then. So he's 75 million. He was 30 million before. My brain says like 60 million, but I feel like they'll have him higher because he was buff. I'm gonna say 70 million. That's my guess.
You got it perfectly. No shot, bro.
Yes, thank you, German man. Oh, that's crazy. That's insanely high. I mean, he's been good. His own goal is incredible, but
Yeah.
that's insane, bro.
So a 5-6 win for you. That Oh my gosh, I just felt like you were like, I feel like it's 60, but and I was like, oh yeah, it's cooked. So GG's. That is gonna
GG's.
wrap up the pod. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Check out our reels. Check out our TikToks. Well, I guess we're probably not gonna have TikToks right now because JJ isn't posting, and I don't have a TikTok. But thank you guys for watching, and make sure to comment if you have any ideas. And yeah,